Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of I Cast Fireball, an actual play 5e D&D adventure. I'm Thomas, your GM for this adventure, and around the table we have
Lieutenant Ignis Halcon,
Maximus Shans,
Ataraxia Kalian,
and Buster Bilgewater.
We had a few days for our adventuring crew to reflect on what had happened past the Sahuagin attack, and having dealt really well in the battle, each of them went about their normal duties, some of them making sure that Ataraxia's command to name the ship was taken very seriously, while others had some secret, or rather surprising meetings happen down below deck. Max, after taking inventory of their ship, and after the few days had occurred, they had finally gotten to Rickety's Squibs, a tiny cove port with just a few boathouses specific to this crew's needs. What's going to be the fate of the man's promise? Well, we'll find out on this week's episode of I Cast Fireball. So, in true I Cast Fireball fashion, we jump back in time, just a few hours or so. Just as the sun is starting to come over the horizon, as Buster, not getting much sleep throughout the night after his tense confrontation with Cooper the Bear, he gets up the crack of dawn and goes on the deck, searching for the bear.
I'm gonna move to the helm and relieve whoever has been. Hi there, Peter. Peter.
It's Paul.
Paul. Yes.
Paul.
I'll take over here. You can go hit the hay.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks, Buster. Really great. Thank you. I found another piece of straw up here for you, just by the way.
He puts it in his mouth right away, and then takes the helm.
I'm gonna go down.
I just want to quick eye the crow's nest. Is Max in it at this moment?
I feel like Max would not be, because most of your time throughout the day would be... I mean, what would you say, Max? You can't be in the crow's nest all the time, right?
Yeah, I would say, morning, dawns, and daybreaks and dusks are high times for Max to be in the crow's nest. So I was going to say yes.
All right. I mean, absolutely. It's up to Max here, what shift he takes, or multiple shifts he takes. So Max is going to be in the crow's nest, Buster.
Okay. I'm so nervous right now.
And as you're at the helm, you hear footsteps walking up the steps to the helm here, and you see the bear and two companions, one of them being a half-orc, burly individual, and the other one being a blue-skinned tiefling.
They're swabbing the deck?
They were, but they have taken a break, seeing that you are at the helm now.
Fellas, nice morning.
Hey, it's a fine morning indeed there, sir.
And he says, sir, very definitively as he nods his head towards you.
And these two are on the level?
They're my companions. They're some of the individuals I was speaking to you with, but ones who would like to speak to one that has more experience. Excuse me, I almost said authority.
I'm getting that a lot lately. Well, you all look very mean and scary.
Silence from the tiefling half-orc.
Ha ha ha.
Cooper, he just goes,
They don't talk too much. I do most of the talking for the three of us.
Oh, what are words, right? But noises. So, he feels so out of his depth right now. We're gonna be coming to the port soon, I imagine. Never been there before, but...
Hey, yes. I haven't been myself as well, but... there's just wanted to continue sort of the conversation we had previously, sir.
Right.
Wondering what plans that you had once we got to Rickety's Squibs.
Well, there's a couple options. There's the humane approach, right?
Hmm?
Wait for the right moment when the captain and several key crew members are off board, looking into things, and then we just take the ship. And there's of course, the more, I imagine, your lane of approach, which would involve more viscera.
Well, one mutiny has happened fairly recently. What's to stop a second mutiny from happening fairly recent as well?
Right, I mean, is it even a mutiny if it happens at this point? Is it just...
Perhaps the first mutiny never stopped.
Uh-huh.
If
And
you
is it-
catch what I'm saying there.
I mean, you've seen Max and Ignis, right? Like, you guys look mean, but they're pieces of work. You know, I don't... Is this just
Aye,
the
which
three
is
of
why
you?
we came to you, a man of experience, one who has connections, close,
Okay,
confidences with those in authority.
so...
We're not looking for a whole new crew, of course. That would be foolhardy, but to have a child leading everything.
He raises his hands and waves it a little bit in front of him.
How do you gauge fish guts?
Oh, Croup? He feeds us. We get the food we need. We need. I mean, Croup is great. Do you see what he did with that pizza down there? I mean, that was
just
a
saying-
miracle, frankly.
If the three of you want to have any chance, I mean, if the four of us, right, want to have any chance, it needs to be subtle first before it's violent. And we're talking maybe get some things into some soups, or, you know. You guys don't seem like the subtle type, but you're asking me for advice. And I'm telling you, if you're facing down the first mate and the dragon, I don't know that you have a chance if they're at full power.
The tiefling finally pipes up and goes,
I don't believe we were asking for advice.
What?
We were asking for alliances.
Listen, I understand some frustrations you might have. I get it. It's weird.
And we noticed you had some of those same frustrations.
Right.
Like the kid being called up. Your name probably being overlooked as a captain.
and says the burly half-orc.
I don't mind being overlooked, fellas. That's never really been my problem.
We're all the same. Surely a new captain wouldn't be amiss for you, especially as one that's only been placed in power just a few days. Is that really a captain?
You know what? I think I got an idea, right? We get into port, okay? Right when we're there. We weigh anchor. Ship's not going anywhere. Sails are raised. That's the moment for the move. Any squibber knows how to get rid of a body. They just see a tussle and talk to whoever's in charge. It's got to be fast, and nobody's going to be expecting any kind of violence when we're just, parking.
And we would wait for your signal. Eh?
Yeah, you wait for my signal.
We do this just in the broad daylight, for the captain, in front of everyone.
Yeah. I'd say, you get the kid quick and fast, won't matter what anybody else wants to do. You'll be dead.
But as he said, we've got the dragon and the crazy lady to deal with as well. You would protect us and take care of them, or at least forestall them from interfering.
Think I could maybe cause a distraction, buy you some time.
So it sounds we hit fast and we hit hard,
Yeah,
and we take matters into our own hand.
tell you what, I'll cast a fog. Nothing like
Would that be the signal, eh?
I think so. Yeah.
Very good. All right. I believe it's something that the three of us can handle. We'll stay close. We'll be by. Ensure that we can act and strike fast.
Good to know. Thanks for, glad you came and talked to me. It was a good move.
And the three of them, as this whole conversation, they seem very trusting of you. And they are very just like, yes, like everything you're saying is like, okay, cool, yes, good. Like they're taking it as if you were the authority figure, because that's how they're viewing you right now.
Okay.
Now, Max, what's your passive perception?
18.
You're too high up, obviously, to hear anything.
We're gonna kill
I hope
the
that this-
captain when I class fog cloud.
Listen, Buster is just not enjoying this position. He's like he thought this would be a good idea, right? Root out the wrongdoers, and now he's in the middle of it, and he's like, oh no. I gotta tell somebody.
A joke from Arrested Development. I made a huge mistake.
Yeah,
Just absolutely
yes.
immediately as you make the decision, I made a huge mistake.
Yeah.
So, Max, what you can see from the crow's nest, you're perceiving everything. You can't hear anything, but you see this prolonged conversation with these three individuals who are supposed to be swapping the deck with Buster. It's a long conversation.
Do they ever go down after talking to Buster? Like go down into the ship again?
Well, as this conversation is wrapping up, and Buster, if you want to say something else, of course, but if not, the conversation does end, and they basically just say, we'll wait for your signal.
Yeah, I'll say, the less time we spend together, the better.
Mm-hmm. And they do disperse. They disperse to different parts of the deck, and they do continue to swap the deck, because that was their job. They don't go below the deck whatsoever.
Max is just staring at Buster.
Hey, Paul.
Paul's gone. He's already below deck. You relieved him. Yeah, you relieved him.
I should check on my components, he says out loud to himself, thinking, and which are in the captain's quarters, if we remember from. So I'll whistle over for somebody to take the helm.
It's probably going to be Cooper the Bear for now.
Yeah, I say, hey, the bear, Coop.
Yes.
You're an experienced man of the ships. Would you mind holding the helm while I go check on my my spell components? I want to make sure I have all of the right pieces prepared for whatever may happen.
Hey, I've never touched the wheel before in my life, but I'll do my best there,
Yeah,
sir.
you hold it here and you don't turn it too hard any direction.
I see.
We're already headed the right way, so just keep us on course.
Very wise, sir. Of course.
And he'll hop down into the captain's quarters.
I'm going to roll for him to see how well he holds to the course. Okay.
Max is going to turn to his companion because he, like you had said, I frequently am up in the crow's nest with somebody else, and it's usually the other individual that you said is up there frequently, the big, muscly, black human.
Would you mind, Muscles, if I go back down for a little bit?
Sure. I can take over.
By the way, you realize why I call you Muscles?
Because I have really big muscles.
Oh, no. You keep things closed. But I detect there's some pearls underneath you.
He doesn't get it, and then he smirks a tiny bit. He just
Sorry. All right. Yes.
doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything else. I am literally changing his nickname spelling from muscles to muscles.
Just
in my
between
notes.
us.
And he'll climb back down. He'll climb down and kind of toward Buster.
Adorable.
As you climb back down, you'll hear him mutter under his breath, like jovially, be like, "The crazy fool." Okay. So you climb down there, Max.
I'm just going to be following after Buster to try and talk to him.
into the captain's quarters, eh?
Wherever he's going, I don't know. Yeah, if that's where he's going, then that's where I follow.
Yeah, where we decided to make Ataraxia captain. I believe we did establish my component pouch was there, and all my other things. Yeah, this is one of those moments where Buster's wishing he had learned the message spell.
So, Ataraxia, you get woken up. I imagine you are sleeping at this hour. Right before dawn, you get woken up by Buster opening the door and Max following in afterwards. Yes.
Is it weird that if Ignis sleeps in there too? Would that be weird?
A personal bodyguard.
I don't
You'd
know.
be
Would it be
sleeping
weird? I feel
in-
like Ignis would want her own like officer's quarters and not just down with the crew.
Max realizing that he's going into the captain's room, he's actually going to call after Buster because he wants to speak with him alone for a second.
Okay.
Excuse me, helmsman.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
Yes. Max, hello.
Hello.
Yes. Just going to check on my components real quick for just regular
Do
reasons.
you have a second to talk?
Of course. Yeah, everybody wants
Thank
to
you.
talk.
I,
I
I noticed you were chatting it up, so I figure you're in a talkative mood right now.
Man, yeah. I just love talking.
I wanted again to apologize for anything I did to cause mistrust in you. I refer to our fight with the water beasts that boarded our ship. I'd asked you specifically to do something, and you ignored me.
I mean, you didn't ask me. You shouted in my head.
I did. Telepathically,
Magically.
yes.
And you didn't tell
I
me you
didn't.
could do that
I
beforehand.
understand.
So I really,
Yes.
you have a scary voice. And I actually, it makes more sense when you can hear the chopping of the teeth. And, that fits. The version of your voice in my head, there's no chomping teeth. And it's a little strange, if I'm being honest.
A little bit, yes. I apologize for that.
Very
I
breathy.
just wanted to make sure that you did trust me as a crew member.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, we're a team, right? Listen, I gotta check my component pouch.
I know, just
I'm gonna.
I want you to know I'm not sorry. I'm not very good with people. Like you said, I'm scary and intimidating, and I've got lots of teeth.
Your head talking thing, does it go two ways?
No, it does not.
You can just shove your voice into my brain and I can't do anything back.
And he'll do that.
I'm right there.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
I'm sorry. I told you, I'm not very good with people. I just want you to know that you can trust me. I am the type of person that will never stab you in the back. If I do have a conflict with you, I'll come face to face and stab you in the front.
All right, look, I'll level with you. I'm going to kind of give up being afraid of him at this point because we've talked for long enough. It's not useful, so I just I know you're not going to hurt me. Max, in fact, that's part of the reason I have some issues with you. Like, you should be willing to hurt me. Like, you should be willing to use this obviously given talent you have by whatever god, maybe a dragon one. Like, you are a force of nature. You exude violence and harm, and the fact that you stopped Ignis from doing what makes sense to do with a group of people that are obviously not gonna comply with us completely. Like, are we pirates? Like, I understand Ataraxia's got this kind of approach to being the pirate captain, but I didn't expect you to be so gentle.
Yes, let me explain myself. First off,
Maybe we could talk in the captain's quarters. I gotta check my component pouch, please.
Buster said with pleading eyes.
I don't want to have this conversation.
Oh, I thought we were just in the hallway, toward the captain's quarters.
No, the door to the captain's quarters is directly out.
Yes. I got the image.
yes, if that's where you're more comfortable, yes.
Yep. Then I'll just turn around and walk that way.
Sure is.
We'll say, Ignis, that you could have a type of bed in here. Well, probably going to be a hammock for the time being, as opposed to Ataraxia, who has a really large bed with a mattress, just just living the life, man. Like goose feathers and just like.
I'd imagine like I offered the bed to the lieutenant, but she declined it because I'm the captain.
Begrudgingly, she's like,
Yes, you're supposed to have it.
I should have half size. And in true teenager fashion, you're sprawled across every inch of the bed as well.
As soon as I enter, I shape water and splash it on Ignis.
She gets up swinging with her
Yeah,
arms.
just waking her up.
Roll an attack.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just shape water. I'm not like, it's not it's a cantrip. I just do little simple things.
Yeah,
Right.
she just wakes up and like swings her arms. She totally misses him.
Oh, she's
But-
attacking me.
Oh, for sure. Something just woke her up out of sleep.
She's like, just immediately starts swinging.
It's
That's
a 30-foot
Ignis, right?
radius, right? Like I'm not trying to get too close.
That's why she misses so much. I rolled a 2.
Yeah, she's like, ooh.
Oh. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Okay, everybody's awake in the captain's corner.
Hey, dudes, what's shaking?
Coop's gonna kill you.
Oh, cool. So, you've been doing your job just like I knew you would. You're an asset to the team.
It's Coop, it's the Dragonborn, and it's the half-orc guy. The real beefy one.
I do not want to kill you.
Listen.
Just to be clear. The Dragonborn does
Wait,
not want to
Dragonborn?
kill
We've only
you.
got one Dragonborn.
No. Sorry. No, the horns. I'm flustered,
Oh,
okay?
the tiefling. You're talking about Graza.
Oh yeah, their names. You learned their names. Listen, they approached me, right? They want to do you in, and the plan is, as soon as we weigh anchor and the ship is immobile, I'm gonna cast a fog cloud on the deck, and they're gonna just rip you to shreds.
Ignis grabs her sword and tries to leave the cabin.
Wait. Hey, I've got an idea. Buster.
Yeah, I have an idea too.
Hey, Ignis, I got this, okay? And if my plan works out right, I think you're going to enjoy how this turns out.
She puts down her sword, begrudgingly.
I trust you, Max, but they were on the deck swapping. I couldn't tell you all this stuff.
I get it now.
And please ask for permission next time you scream at me in my brain.
Max almost did it. To be like, of course. Yeah.
Does he ask for permission in your brain?
In your brain, yeah.
As he's speaking in your brain?
I'm going to cast a message on Buster, be like, hey, can I talk to you in your brain?
Son of a...
Well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I'm sorry.
That was me, man.
That's the captain.
Horns for magic. Just
Say their horns for sneaking, man.
Is there nowhere sacred?
Okay. I feel like I put us all off on the wrong foot. Let me explain something to everybody here.
I mean, really, only one of us has feet. Claws, paws, and hooves.
That is true.
It's an idiom.
Mickey's
An
eyes
idiom.
just went wide as saucer plates.
Let me explain something. Buster, I don't want to hurt you, because you've done nothing that causes me to want to hurt you.
Even when I zipped you right back up to the crow's nest without
I
asking your
trusted you.
permission.
Why are we talking about permission? You're talking about people trying to kill the captain. What are you talking about?
Well, they came to me. They
I
said,
didn't want you to kill those men, because I believe in second chances. They had done nothing of ill will toward the captain, except for being disagreeable toward it. There was no plot to kill the captain. So, I did not want to kill them.
But now
Yes,
there is, and I think
I
that we
would
need to
like-
go out there and we
I
need to
know.
distribute
Let
some
me
justice
finish my
right now.
thoughts.
he takes time,
I do.
Ignis.
I'm not good at talking succinctly.
I'll just tell you, it's better out loud than it is in your head, so just let him...
I know. We're all here because of second chances. But, tying this all together, if there is cause to harm, I will harm anybody who comes after our captain.
And that is a good mindset to be in. So, here's what I'm thinking. And I tell them about my plan that is going to happen when we get back into the present time.
In true I cast fireball, a fashion we get back to the present.
We don't get to know the plan?
We know the plan?
I'm going to cast the fog on just those guys and not us.
Yeah, so here. Yeah, we'll have Buster will cast the fog just on those 3. Captain and Captain. No, not Captain. I'm the captain. The lieutenant and Max will grab those guys, truss them up, and then justice will be meted out in a very public and brand forward sort of way.
Let's go.
We jump back to the present, which is just a few hours later, where Rickety Hale, he's hey, I like you. You got good branding. You got the, yeah, I like your vibe, kid. Captain, apologies. I like your vibe, Captain.
Awesome. Speaking of branding, are there a lot of people in the Cove right now who would see if we were to do something big and flashy?
Yeah, I mean, all my workers, you know, I don't have like a big civilization, but you know, I've got like maybe 100 people or so
100
around.
people? That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
to help us out. Yeah, of course, yeah. Why do you ask?
Take like 2 steps that way.
Okay, he walks up to the back of, like, right back to the ladder and goes, are we saying goodbye already? Like,
No. Real quick, one final question for you. Do you have any, like, gibbets on the island or any other, like, forms of public punishment, anything like that?
That's a very odd question to ask, but, you know, I'll entertain the question. I'm sure. I mean, we don't do it often, but, you know, we do some keel hauling if we need to, or if we've got some, and gibbets, are those like the cages that are
Yeah,
in
the
public?
hanging cages.
Okay, I was just about to describe those. I was like, yeah, we got some gibbets here and there, of course, yeah.
Awesome. I am super into it. So, I want people to see this. Can we get a little bit closer to the cove so people can like see and hear what's going on?
I mean, we absolutely can, but we absolutely can, but we gotta talk about some before we bring the ship up. We gotta negotiate here, okay? I mean, I'd be happy to bring your ship in one of my ports right over here. One of my little, and he points off to his boathouses, like one of those docks. I'll bring it right on up there, and we'll start working on it. Give us a couple days, maybe a week, depending on the work you're wanting. We'll get it done, but we gotta figure this out first. If you're coming in, if you're going right back out, you know what I'm saying?
Can I interrupt, or is I waiting for a cue from the captain? Did we have a cue, or?
It was part of the plan.
We didn't have a queue. Yeah, you could go ahead if you want.
I'm gonna look at Coop, and then I'm gonna say out loud to Rickety, but while looking at Coop, like, first we gotta get rid of some vermin aboard, and then I'll cast. Are the 3 guys within 20 feet of each other?
Oh yeah, they are.
Then I will hop away from them and cast fog cloud on the 3 of them, leaving the captain, myself, Ignis, and Max out of it.
Okay, sounds good. You cast Fog Cloud, and we'll go in a little bit here. I'm just going to roll for initiative for them just to see if they're high or they're low, basically. Let's see.
It basically just makes their ability to see heavily obscured.
Oh, man. 4, 5, and 7. So they are obscured, they are confused, and everybody understands that the plan is happening right now. So, Fog Cloud, done. Buster, that's your portion of the job currently underway, right?
Yep.
Now, Ignis, you were a little begrudgingly, but you were holding on to the captain here. Ataraxia, Max, Ignis, what do you guys want to do here?
I turn to Ignis and Max and say,
I'm not very
grab 'em.
strong as a character, just to be clear. I have a +1 in strength. What I would suggest for Max doing in this plan is he is standing outside of the fog cloud, and as soon as one of them either tries to run out or pop out, he is shooting at them to stop them.
Do you have a breath attack?
I do. That's true. I have.
You do have a type of breath. You have a type of breath attack, isn't it? Psychic, though.
Just double checking here. It just does damage.
I'm just curious if it's a cone or a.
Yeah, I have a breath weapon. But I don't know if I just want to damage them in the cloud or we want to just stop them.
I mean, if you did a breath attack, it would disperse the cloud while it did the attack. Depending on, because even a light gust of wind will move the fog cloud away. It's not a It's not like a heavy spell attack or anything. What kind of dragon are you? Blue?
I am a sapphire dragon.
Sapphire, which is a gem dragon.
Oh.
Yes. But Ignis, you're going right into it, right? Right into the fog?
For sure.
Okay, you're going right into the fog, and you just, are you...
Going straight for Cooper the bear.
Cool. And are you just slashing, hacking and slashing, or are you trying to knock him out?
I am using my fists.
Great. Fists. Go ahead and roll 2 attacks.
Are you giving me an extra attack?
Yes, I am.
Can I also use my action surge to get a third attack?
Yes, you can.
Yes! The first one was a 14.
14's a hit.
The next one's a 18.
Yeah, it's a hit.
And that's another 14.
Another 14. Okay, roll the first 2 damage, and let's see how much damage you do. Then see if maybe your third attack goes to one of the other individuals.
So, one of the things that my Echo Knight fighter does is my fighting style that I took at level 1 is called unarmed fighting. It's found in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. My unarmed strikes are a d6 plus my strength. If I don't have any weapons or shields on me, my unarmed strikes become a d8 plus my strength. In talking to Thomas, he has allowed me to use an option, it's not an optional rule, it's a homebrew rule, of using the monk stats where you use your dexterity instead of strength on unarmed attacks. The idea being you're not punching necessarily as hard as you can, as much as you are dexterous enough to know how to strike fast. That 2 punches do as much damage as 1 big punch, even though it's just 1 attack.
Or you know that instead of using your fist, if you come up with your elbow at the right angle into the stomach instead of punching down into the stomach, it's going to do more damage at that point. So
right.
That's the idea. With Ignis's background and history, it made more sense to use this homebrew rule.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That is 15 bludgeoning damage for 2 of the attacks. You want a third one?
The Cooper the bear immediately crumples to the ground, and just falls flat. He actually falls out of the fog cloud, and just Ignis, as he starts to fall, you grab him and you chuck him towards Ataraxia, and he and slides on the deck towards Ataraxia, just completely unconscious.
Could I do that, my action surge for that third attack, and use like a backwards kick at somebody?
Sure,
Because I
absolutely.
couldn't see him. Oh, that's 10 points of damage.
Okay. The blue-skinned tiefling, you just hear a "Ugh!" and falls basically onto your back as your kick connects with him, and he crumples and just goes limp on your back as well. You grab him, throw him over you, and throw him out of the fog on top of the bear as well. And so Ataraxia, you're like, go for it. Boom, boom. And Max, you're leveling your weapon just as you hear a who comes running out of the fog, the half-orc individual, and you're going to just fire, yeah?
Yep. Hi there.
All right, go for it.
And I'm going to use my bonus action and mark Slayer's Prey on this guy.
How does that look, by the way? Is that like, what sort of like magical, is it just something that, where he turns like a little bit magical, or is there like an aura that you imagine goes around him?
Yeah, bonus action, I choose a creature. The first time you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you do an extra d6. I think it's more of almost like, not necessarily anything's happening to him, but more of Max, because it's not like a lingering effect that happens each bonus action I do, potentially. It's more of like Max's reptilian eyes almost like a bird's eye view, where it just focuses solely hyper-focused onto one individual at his choosing. But I did roll a critical fail.
He was so scary.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Oh.
No, you didn't.
What?
No, you didn't.
Why didn't I?
You rolled a 9.
Why did I do that?
Because that's my diviner's ability. At the very last minute, I take my wizard staff and I adjust his bow. So whatever you add to a 9, it's better than a critical fail.
Well, yeah. That's going to be a 16 to hit if it's a 9.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
All right. As he starts to see you and he dodges out of the way, and then at that point, Buster, you go, and you push him back in the way, and Max, you just go, hello, and you do a bunch of damage to him.
Yep, I'm doing 1d10 plus 1d6. Technically, I could do favored foe as well if I want to and add another d4, but
I love being a diviner. That's like one of my favorite
That is
things.
really cool.
That's
I
so
might as well.
cool.
I'm going to make him a favored foe right now. 16 damage.
16 as he goes, you just fire right off at him. He goes, he falls down and crumples to the ground, not dead due to that rage that was going on, but he is incapacitated and falls down directly at your feet with a massive, I'm not going to call it a harpoon, but a massive bolt through his belly there.
And Max will just, put the ballista heavy crossbow to his head. Just,
I would suggest not moving right now.
Yeah, and I turn to the crowd and I go, whoa, can we get some rope over here?
And what's his name? Fitzroy goes, you got a captain, and he just immediately runs over and he's got like rope, and he has one other guy who's like about the same like age and temperament as him, and they're like tying up the half orc dude, and you'd be like, I always hated this guy, man. He always take my food from Croup, and anyway, they're muttering to themselves about like how much they dislike this half orc in particular.
Yeah, as this kerfuffle's going on, as they are securing the prisoners, I turn to Rickety and I say, sorry about that, man. How many gibbets did you say you had on the island?
Well, we've got two of them. We've got 2 gibbets. Both of them about the same. So I mean, it's gonna be pretty cramped in there. And he actually just starts clapping and goes, I have to say, this some pretty well done stuff there. I mean, I'd give you a gold star if I were a part of your crew or any sort of authority figure here. But well done. That was quite the show.
You mess with our captain.
I'm sorry. Did he say you only had 2 gibbets?
Yeah, only 2. Yeah, only 2. I mean, we don't really throw.
Perfect. And she'll grab Cooper by the back of his neck.
Wait, hey,
I am the captain. Stop it!
I think we need to have a little discussion with the entire crew, okay? All right, everybody up here. Everybody up here right now. Okay. So, with everybody watching, I stand with, all of my bodyguards to my side and whatnot, and I say, okay, everybody. Now, if you'll recall, I said that I care about you individually. I am willing to give everybody a second chance. So, the second chance for these 3 is happening right now. Okay, Cooper, Cobram, Graza, you have been plotting to kill me. Each one of you now is going to tell me the reason why you deserve to live.
And as you rouse the bear and the rest of the individuals, they sort of like looking at you like confused, and the bear goes,
I'm sorry, what?
You're going to tell me right now why you deserve to live, and then everybody else is going to say whether they think that's a good enough reason or not.
Max will be leveling his crossbow at each one of them as the answer.
there is visible confusion on the bear, Graza, Cobram. Visible confusion. Cobram still has the bolt in his stomach, and he's like just in
Remember,
pain.
you were telling me something about how you guys are really dangerous pirates.
There's some information. We've been pirating for a while. There's some good. We have experience. We have some experience in
Mutinying.
pirating.
You know how to mutiny.
Well, yes.
And then Graza goes, there are some experience in some the foreign lands as well. We were not always part of the inner isles here. The Shackles. There are some other nautical destinations if we wish to venture. Wish to venture outside of these islands.
All right, and Cobram?
Oh, sometimes I can't control. Sometimes I can't control the rage inside of me, and I sometimes do brash and illogical things.
Great argument.
Sometimes I've been able to jump from ship to ship and take the ships that really in pain. To be able to take the ships the ones I board and clear a way for the captain to come aboard when take it. It's what I did to the man's promise. Actually, I was told to clear a path for Harrigan, so I can be a good landing party.
Cool. Everybody, raise your hand if you think those are good enough reasons.
Nobody raises their hand from the crew.
Cool. I step down in front of Cooper so that I am level with his eyes, and I say, I've been hearing something that people have been wondering about me. People asking, does this kid feel anything other than bliss? He's just so happy all the time. Does he feel anything else? Well, I've never felt sorrow, and I've never felt anger. I've also never felt pity. And I raise the horns to my head, and I say, and I have never felt remorse. And I'm going to prestidigitation lightning between my fingertips, and I'm going to turn to the lieutenant and just point my thumb at him, and I'm going to turn to Rusty and say, so, let's start negotiating.
Oh, man. While we pan away from Ignis going to the three individuals, her doing her duty, Rickety just walks into the captain's quarters with Ataraxia and goes, yes, so we'll negotiate, don't worry. We can get your ship squibbed, okay? We can make some good things happen here. And as the door closes,
Ignis will break his neck.
The last thing before the door closes, as we're passing Buster, I just elbow him in the leg and say, branding, and then close door.
boom. Whoo!
Yeah, that would be the scene where you cut off right before the F word is said. Holy.
Inspiration for everybody. That was a brilliant scene.
Ooh boy.
That was BA. Oh man, that was really cool. When he had to shout out, I'm the captain, I legitimately felt a little bit of shame for being so excited that she was about to kill those guys. I was like, I need to respect the captain here. I told him to be. That was great.
I gained a
Delayed
lot of
gratification.
confidence in Ataraxia, saying he never felt pity. That was
good.
That was so cold.
Wow.
That was
That's an ice cold quote right there.
wow.
and I've never felt remorse. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
And you know what? I don't expect to anytime
So
soon.
see you later,
dude.
That's when the glasses fall down from the ceiling for the
Boy.
meme.
Yeah.
If any-
The sunglasses.
Yeah, if anyone has ever been to a middle school as an adult human being, there are few things more disquieting and uncomfortable than overly confident middle
Yep.
schoolers, like 13-year-olds. Like this is like there's an absolute terror to someone with that kind of. And who better to show off his BA-ness in front of than someone who operates in pirate circles with a bunch of other squibbing ships.
Which we'll get to, actually. So, we're going to be talking about infamy because this is going to go down in infamy when it comes to mechanics here. So, Rickety Hake, he comes to you, and it's just you two in the captain's quarters. He goes, hey, very well done, man. Captain, I apologize. I'm a little familiar. I know we just got to know each other. I really do apologize, Captain. Very well done, Captain.
No worries, man. I respect what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate that. I still want to show you the respect you got, especially after showing your authority out there. I mean, well done, rising the ranks as quick as you did, but look, I could go on and laud your accomplishments all day, but we're here to negotiate, I believe. you need a ship that's squid, because last time I checked, the man's promise is not a free captain's ship. Am I right?
Not right now, but it's gonna be pretty darn soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be your free captain ships. You, the free captain here. Okay, so we've got a couple things that we could do here. But from what I'm seeing, you need the basic package. You need the basic squib package here.
Yeah.
You need to get everything out with the old, in with the new, cosmetically, right?
Yeah.
So cosmetically, do you mind if I sit somewhere? Is there a chair I could sit down?
Dude, sit on the bed if you want. That is a really nice mattress.
Oh, they're... therapeutic?
Sleep number? Sleep number mattress?
Tempur-Pedic.
Sleep number
My
mattress.
number's 87. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
One of those purples.
Yeah.
It's just got
purple
like
mattress.
it's just got a crewman underneath that'll push it up a little bit if you need to go up. Or it's his one job.
That's his job.
Two guys holding the mattress. And then the feet, another crewman has to run around
to make it massage.
to the 0G.
These are the
Yep.
3 people that
That's
he
their
let
job
live
right now.
last time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that got me. Oh my gosh. So Rickety goes over to the bed, and he doesn't lay down, but he does sit down. Yeah, so he's still looking at you and still negotiating while you kind of sit on your table, not too far from it. And he goes, "So we need to redo all the cosmetics here, right? So the reason why, and I'm sure you know this, but the free captains, well, we need to do a complete rebuild of the superstructures, right? And all of the ringing and all of these, thankfully, all these, they're superficial in nature. They're not going to change the effectiveness of your ship. They're not going to make it worse. They're not going to improve it, but they're not going to make it worse, right? So, like, everything will work. And this is a long process, man. I mean, it's going to take me a few days. It could take me up to a week, even.
Hey, that's long enough for Graza and Cobram to perish in the gibbets.
I mean, your words, not mine. I mean, that's why they're there, right? So, and set an example, right? So, I mean, it's going to take us at least 4 days. It could take us up to maybe like 8-9 days or so. We're going to do our best work here, though. I mean, we do a lot of great work here. We've seen a lot of ships. I can't tell you the names, of course. I'm not going to tell you who we've seen. But we've got some great stuff that we've done here. And I'm sure we could help you out. It's not going to come cheap, though. I mean, I hope you have some sort of treasure on board that you can pay for it, because it's going to be quite a bit. It's going to be about, I like you. And after what you've seen, I think you're going some places. So I'd like to give you a little bit of a discount. It's not much. I apologize, but it is a little bit. 2,000 gold pieces. Okay?
2,000.
Roughly around there. Is that within your price range that we're looking at here?
So that would be roughly 2 loot, you might say?
Yes, that's 2 loot.
I mean, it is only fair for my crew that I try to haggle a little bit, I think.
Okay, all right. Let's haggle. Do you have anything else you'd like to offer? Because to me, it seems like you're coming to me in a need, so I don't really have a need to lower my price. I mean, I already said I liked you, but what else you got?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're doing high quality work. It's just, it's branding. I gotta haggle so that the people know I'm looking out for them. Now,
I respect
let's see.
that.
I
respect that.
I got 3 lowlifes down in the brig. Are you in need of unpaid labor?
So you're talking like slavery here a little bit, yeah?
I guess.
Okay. I do have some need of some like extra workers. I could always use extra workers. I mean, this island's pretty big. There's a lot of menial jobs that I'm sure some of my other folks would not like to do. Where'd you get them from?
They used to be, okay, so like the man's promise, we used to be working for Harrigan, then he sent us here. We killed the last captain. These 3 were his like main confidants, so we can't have them on the ship doing their thing.
Did you say these are Harrigan's men?
Well, not anymore. If you think it's safer that we just kill them, I'm sure that the lieutenant would be happy to take care of that.
You've got 3 of Harrigan's men down below right now.
Down below, and they are in their place.
Okay. That's one mighty impressive. I don't think I could take Harrigan's men onto my island. And I would prefer if they would stay on the ship, actually.
Okay,
while
that's
we
fair.
retrofit it, if
That's
possible.
totally fair.
Could I give you some advice, though?
What you got, my dude?
I would quickly offload those individuals as quickly as you can. Harrigan, frankly, I don't know how you're still alive if you have come from a Harrigan encounter here. I mean, did you happen upon these 3 individuals by mistake? I'm not trying to pry too much into your history here. I'm just at a loss of. I'm not sure if you understand how much you've taken on, so to speak.
Respectfully, I'm not sure you understand how serious we are.
Let's go.
So that is why you're going to give us the basic package, 2 loot. You're going to make it so that Harrigan won't be able to recognize this ship when we show up to murk him.
He nods his head slowly and goes, 1,800 gold pieces. We're going to make it happen.
Dude, I knew I liked you. Okay.
Look, you're going to be here for a couple days. Can I invite you and a few of your crew to come join me personally for dinner tonight, actually, in my home?
Dude, I'd be into it.
Okay. I think we have a lot to talk about. I think there's a lot of good stuff that we can talk about together.
Booyah.
And with a firm handshake between the captain and Rickety Hake, we end this week's episode of I Cast Fireball. Let's go!
My man!
That was so cool. Ah, man, that was so cool.
I love this game.
Also, like, there's like not a whole lot more like cinematic than like a raging half-orc bursting through a foggy cloud and getting shot right in the stomach.
Just immediately,
And down. That was super cool. Man, that was really fun, gang. That was really fun.
It finally struck me during this episode, like, one of the ways that I can write a verse in my poem is if one of you gets a nat 1 on an attack or a saving throw. That's never going to happen between me and Josh with our silvery barbs and the divination. That's just never going to happen.
You did get a little bit, though, already from the Sahuagin attacks, but, oh, man.
Also, great haggling.
So glad Ned is the face of the party.
Whew.
Oh my gosh, Ned, that's so, like, what a genius way to play a character that can't feel anything but bliss. That it's not
There's
just
no
like
shame, there's no
just
guilt,
like,
there's
that
no...
was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, no shame, no regret, no remorse. Oh my gosh.
Actually, I don't think you
implications.
know everything that you're talking about. Oh, man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ned, that was incredible.
Yeah, audience, if you've been suspecting what's going on with Ataraxia, there's your answer. We may find out more details as it goes on, but yeah, there it is.
I feel like everybody had a really good moment in this episode of, like, Buster, like, having the conversation, Max, like, reconciling with Buster, and just having that, like, epic moment coming up from the fog. The lieutenant, Ignis, finally able to fulfill her duties as she sees fit, and then Ataraxia just being the captain's captain. Oh, folks, Ned, Jacob, Josh, Mickey, thank you for playing tonight. And listeners, thank you for joining us on this episode where we are exploring and we are finding out who this adventuring crew actually is and who they are and how they interact with each other. If you like what is going on here, please leave us a 5-star review. Leave it on the podcast of your choice. We'd love to read it out here. And we'd love to, if you send us an email as well, to read it out on the podcast and talk about, if you want to shoot an email to Ned talking about what it's like to play a character who can't feel remorse or sympathy or things like that as well. Shoot us an email at icastfireball2020@gmail.com. Speaking of Ned, can't forget our sister podcast, Improv Tabletop, where they have some amazing 1-month mini campaigns that they have, which funny mashups there. If you want a very improv heavy podcast, go check them out. And don't forget to leave them a 5-star review on your way out. I'm going to shout out Titans of Altair as well. Josh, his podcast.
Yeah.
Go check them out.
That's so nice.
I know a lot of our listeners are already, it's like a very over saturated Venn diagram. A lot of our listeners listen to Titans or they found us through Titans. So you're already doing the good work.
Improv is your sister podcast, and Titans is like a weird uncle.
Yes.
We're probably the weird uncle of Titans, to be frank. And
No.
Titans is the cool teenager there. So go give them a check, listen if you haven't already. But lastly, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and fellow wacky adventurers. But until next time, I'm Thomas, your DM, and around the table we have
Lieutenant Ignis Halcon.
Maximus Shans.
Captain Ataraxia Kalian.
And Buster Bilgewater.
Let's keep that fire going, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.